I'm going to do a video on Nick Fuentes and whether or not I think paleoconservatism fits in with a U.S. fascist outlook, or at least I assume they mean a U.S. fascist outlook. I am a third positionist that adheres mostly to justicialism, Argentinian justicialism, not fascism. I admire fascism. I think that fascism is great, but I do not think fascism fits the United States. Regarding paleoconservatism and whether or not it fits fascism, certain aspects of paleoconservatism do fit a third positionist outlook. Okay, certain aspects. Some of the concepts of racialism that were original in paleoconservatism do fit those outlooks. Some of the concepts about tariffing foreign goods and encouraging domestic production do fit these things. As far as Nick Fuentes is concerned, I don't really know about Nick Fuentes. As far as paleoconservatism is concerned, I agree a lot in theory with paleoconservatism. Where paleoconservatism falls short is in regards to things like the promotion of Christianity. I agree with the promotion of a Christian-like culture, kind of like Nietzsche stated, a Buddhist-like Christianity where we uphold the ideals of Christian ethics and things like that. But what are Christian ethics? Christian ethics are Western ethics. They are the apex of Western civilization. But as far as the supernaturalism, that's where it gets tricky, is when you start incorporating belief in supernatural mumbo-jumbo, metaphysics, all that. That's where it gets tricky, and that's where it starts bogging down your ideology with spiritual bullcrap. So, for the most part, a lot of paleoconservatism does fit with what I would consider the cultural aspect of reinvigorating the Americanism of this country and reinvigorating the concepts of the U.S. being the apex of Western civilization, American exceptionalism. These things I think it does. But I think that what you have to remember is with third positionism, there's a lot of scientific progressivism. What do I mean by scientific progressivism? I've said this in the past. What scientific progressivism is the use of science to form public policy. Not simply forming public policy based on the whims of this or that ideology, but actually having facts to make public policy. Also advancing civilization through the use of technology. Now, I am a fan of some paleoconservatives like Patrick Buchanan. I'm going to leave a link to Patrick Buchanan's book, The Suicide of a Superpower, the audiobook version. I want people to watch that, and I'm going to leave an interview with Patrick Buchanan about the suicide of a superpower. One of the best aspects of true paleoconservatism is the anti-Zionist attitude. One of the problems that has happened with both the left and the right is the support of Israel with no questions. And this came about in the 1990s. Prior to this, it was not a conservative stance to support Israel. Now it is supposedly a conservative stance. And they used Christianity. That's, again, the weakness that's imposed through the spiritual mumbo-jumbo of Christianity has allowed Zionism to creep into the conservative movement and actually take it over. Most conservatives are more ardently Zionist than they are American. And that's just the truth. I mean, you can check that out if you want. But do check out the links. Listen to the audiobook. Patrick Buchanan is one of my favorite politicians / political commentators. And that's all for this video. I'm also going to leave a link. I'm going to leave a link to my 20 Truths of Justicialism videos and the 20 Truths of Justicialism. What we need to remember, that wasn't all for this video, what we need to remember is that the U.S. is a multi-ethnic, multicultural country, whether we like it or not. Okay? It is at this point. So we need to find a way to unify beyond that as U.S. citizens. And that's where the concepts of things like justicialism, which was used to successfully govern a multi-ethnic country, Argentina. So just keep that in mind.